Hello everyone, it's Velvet Bunny, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how I measure my doll to make this t-shirt pattern. My victim today is going to be none other than Samuel because I haven't done anything with him yet. And the materials you're going to need are your doll, of course, a flexible measuring tape like this, a ruler, a pencil, pen, 2 printer paper sheets because I will be measuring for a 70cm doll. But if your doll is smaller, like a 45cm range, you will probably need 1 sheet, but I'm not speaking from experience, I'm just guessing here. And scissors. Now take 1 sheet of your printer paper, and at the bottom of the page you would want to draw a line that is half an inch away from the bottom like this. That is going to be your hem allowance, and the line is going to represent your doll's hip line. On your doll, take your measuring tape and measure from the top of your doll's shoulder to the doll hip. Now mark that off on your paper and draw a line that is about 4 to 5 inches perpendicular from the edge of the page. Next, from the hip line going up, mark the hip to neck base measurement and draw a line that is 3/4 of an inch in length. Now square that off like what I'm doing here, and this is going to be your neck hole. Now you can round that off and your neck hole is complete. I completely forgot to do that here and only remember later on. From the corner of the neck hole, you want to mark off your shoulder length, then draw a line straight down to the bottom edge of the page. Now drop the shoulder about 1/8 of an inch and connect the top corner of your neck hole to the new marking. Now it's time for the armhole. Now because I'm working with a male doll, I like measuring from the top of the shoulder to the middle of the chest. But if you're measuring for a female doll, you want to measure from the top of the shoulder to the furthest part of her bust. You can also do the furthest part of the male chest as well, but this is just my personal preference and it works for me. But also remember, no matter which measurement you use, you can always make the armhole bigger. Now measuring from the top of the shoulder to the middle of the chest or the first part of your doll's chest, I'm going to do the middle, but it doesn't matter which one you do, like I said before. Mark that on your paper. Now measure the circumference of the fullest part of your doll's chest and divide that by 4. Now draw a line that is that measurement on your paper. Now you can finish off the armhole by drawing a curve like what I'm doing here. I freehand all my curves, but if you have the curve rulers, you can use that too. Now the last thing you need to do is to measure your doll's hip circumference and divide that by 4. On your hip line, put a mark that represents the measurement you got earlier. And it's finally time to close the side of the t-shirt pattern by drawing a shallow curve connecting the armhole to the hip marking all the way to the edge of the page. Now cut that out and your front pattern piece is done. Next, the back pattern piece, and it's really simple. What I do is take the front pattern piece and line up the edges like this. And I trace around it, then I raise the neckline 3/4 of an inch, curve it, cut that out, then I check the shoulders of the front and back pattern pieces to make sure they are at the same length. Make any adjustments if needed, and the back pattern piece is done. Now onto the sleeves. Take a new sheet of paper and draw a line across the center like this. Take any one of your pattern pieces, it doesn't matter which one, and line up the shoulder to the line you just drawn. Then you will want to trace the armhole, extending it to the side about 1/4 inch. Now from the center of the sleeve pattern, move in 1/2 inch. Now draw a line slightly curving it downwards to the 1/4 inch mark like what I'm doing here. And I know this sounds like a really strange way to do a sleeve pattern, but it works for me every time, and when you start making your own patterns for your doll, you will develop strange techniques that works for you as well. Okay, let's finish off the sleeve pattern by measuring what length you want the sleeves to be and add 1/2 inch extra for hem allowance. Next, measure for your doll's bicep circumference if it's a guy. If it's a girl, I would suggest measuring around the hand. Now divide that measurement by 2, draw that line on your sleeve pattern, and all that's left to do is to close off the side, fold the paper on the line, and cut the pattern out, making sure to cut through both layers. And there you have it. That's how I measure my doll to make a simple t-shirt pattern. I also write down all the necessary information on each piece so I will know this pattern is only for stretchy materials and which doll this was made for. So now it's time for the fun part, testing out this pattern and see what adjustments I need to make. And I always do my testing on old jerseys or leftover fabrics. I don't ever use the good materials unless I'm 100% sure. I hope this wasn't too confusing for you, and if it was and have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section below and I will try my best to answer them. So in the next video, I will be using this pattern to make this t-shirt. So thank you everyone for watching. Until next week, bye!